kill that weak version of yourself and unleash your true potential. Today, I want to talk to you about something that might feel uncomfortable, but trust me, it's necessary. It's about killing that weak version of yourself and unleashing your true potential. You see, over my 50 years of practicing Stoicism, I've learned that the biggest enemy we face isn't out there in the world. It's not your boss, not your circumstances, not even that person who did you wrong years ago. No, your biggest enemy lives within you. It's that version of yourself that settles for less, makes excuses, and clings to comfort over growth. I want you to imagine that weak version of yourself for a moment. What does it look like? Maybe the voice says, "I'll start tomorrow." Perhaps it's the part of you that gives up at the first sign of difficulty. Or maybe it's that whisper that keeps telling you, "You're not good enough." Now I need you to understand something vital. That version of you needs to go. The Stoic approach to growth. The Stoics believed in the power of the mind and the importance of mastering oneself. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest Stoics, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Strength isn't about muscles or money. It's about control. Control over your thoughts, emotions, and reactions. When you let the weaker version of yourself make decisions, you hand over that control. You allow fear, laziness, and doubt to steer your life. But here's the truth. You have the power to change this. Kill the weakness. Feed the strength. To kill that weak version of yourself, you need to do more than just wish for change. You need to take action. And it all starts with these 3 steps. Acknowledge your weakness. Be honest with yourself. Write down the habits, thoughts, and behaviors that hold you back. Don't judge. Just observe. Challenge those habits. Every time that weak voice shows up, challenge it. If it says you can't, respond with, "Watch me." When it says, "Rest now," say, "Push a little further." Replace weakness with strength. It's not enough to just remove bad habits. You need to replace them, build new routines, create healthy boundaries, and surround yourself with people who lift you. Imagine your mind as a garden. The weak version of you is like a weed. You can't just cut it at the surface. You need to pull it out by the roots and plant seeds of discipline, courage, and perseverance. Every day is a battle. Win it. Every morning, when you wake up, you are met with a choice. Do you hit snooze or rise early to work on your dreams? Do you scroll through social media or read a book that enriches your mind? Do you let fear dictate your actions, or do you take bold steps toward your goals? The battle isn't won overnight. It's won day by day, choice by choice, moment by moment. And yes, you'll stumble. We all do. But every time you choose strength over weakness, you get closer to your true potential. Embrace discomfort. It's your friend. The weak version of you wants comfort. It wants to stay in bed, to avoid risks, to play it safe. But your true potential lies beyond that comfort zone. When you feel discomfort, don't run from it. Lean into it. See it as a sign that you're growing. Whether it's in the gym, at work, or in your relationships, discomfort is a gift. It's like a muscle burn. Painful, yes, but a sure sign that you're getting stronger. What killing the weak version looks like. It looks like staying disciplined even when motivation fades. It looks like saying no to short-term pleasure for long-term gains. It looks like getting back up every time life knocks you down. I want you to know that the stronger version of yourself is already within you. It's not some distant dream. It's a reality waiting for you to unlock it. A quick reality. Check this journey isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about striving to be a little better than you were yesterday. When you stumble, and you will, forgive yourself, learn from it, and move on. And hey, if this is resonating with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What's the weak version of yourself that you're ready to kill? What steps are you taking to unleash your true potential? Drop a comment. I genuinely want to know. Killing the weak version of yourself isn't an act of cruelty. It's an act of love. It's about removing the barriers that hold you back so you can become the person you were meant to be. You have greatness within you. You have the strength, the wisdom, and the power to transform your life. But you must make the choice every single day to be stronger than the day before. The power of letting go. One of the hardest truths I've learned over the years is that sometimes you need to let go to grow. This isn't just about cutting off bad habits. It's about shedding old identities. Think of yourself as a tree. For new leaves to bloom, old ones must fall away. The weak version of you is like those withered leaves. It has served its purpose, but it's holding you back now. You have to release it to make space for growth. Ask yourself, what beliefs do I need to let go of? What habits are weighing me down? What stories am I telling myself that are no longer true? When you identify these things, don't just wish them away. Consciously replace them with new, empowering narratives. Set clear intentions. Killing the weak version of yourself isn't just about getting rid of negatives. It's about actively building positives. Every morning, set a clear intention for your day. It doesn't have to be grand. Even a small goal, like, I'll read 10 pages of a good book, or I'll take a 10-minute walk, can shift your mindset. By setting intentions, you're telling yourself, I am in control. I am choosing my path. This is empowering, and it builds momentum. Take imperfect action. One of the biggest traps of the weak version of yourself is perfectionism. It tells you that if you can't do something perfectly, it's not worth doing at all. But here's the truth. Progress is built on imperfect action. When I was younger, I used to wait for the perfect moment. To start a project, to make a change, to take a risk. What I learned is that the perfect moment rarely comes. The strong version of you doesn't wait. It acts, learns, and adapts. So if you're thinking about starting something, a business, a new habit, a relationship, start now. Take a small step. It might not be perfect, but it will be real. The role of patience. It's easy to get discouraged when change doesn't happen overnight. The weak version of you might whisper, "See, I knew you couldn't do it." But real transformation is like planting a seed. You water it, give it sunlight, and wait. At first, it seems like nothing's happening, but underneath the surface, roots are growing, and one day, a sprout breaks through. Stay patient. Trust the process. Every small action you take is building a foundation for something greater. Embrace the power of reflection. A Stoic practice that has transformed my life is the art of reflection. At the end of each day, take a moment to look back. What did I do well today? Where did I let the weaker version of myself take over? What can I do differently tomorrow? This isn't about judgment. It's about learning. When you reflect, you gain clarity, and with clarity comes power. Surround yourself with growth. You've probably heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It's true. The weak version of you thrives in negative environments. If you're constantly surrounded by people who complain, make excuses, or avoid responsibility, it's harder to break free. You don't need to cut ties with everyone, but you do need to spend more time with those who challenge and inspire you. And if you're struggling to find those people in real life, online communities, like the comments section of this video, can be a great place to start. Feel free to share your thoughts and connect with like-minded people right here. Celebrate small wins. The weak version of you might brush off small victories as unimportant, but the strong version of you knows better. Every time you choose strength over weakness, acknowledge it. Did you resist the urge to procrastinate? Celebrate. Did you take a step outside of your comfort zone? Celebrate. These small wins are like bricks in a wall. One brick might not seem like much, but over time, it builds something strong and unshakable. Would the future version of yourself, the one living the life you dream of today, be proud of your choices? Every action you take is casting a vote for the person you are becoming. Make sure you're voting wisely. Killing the weak version of yourself isn't a one-time event. It's a daily practice. Some days, you'll feel strong and unstoppable. On other days, the weak version will fight back. When that happens, remember, every moment is an opportunity to choose strength over weakness. And if this message resonates with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What's holding you back? What steps are you taking to unleash your true potential? Share your story in the comments. It could inspire someone else on their journey. Stay strong, my friend. The best version of yourself is waiting. All you need to do is take the first step. Mastering your mind. The key to true freedom, friend. If there's one lesson I've learned from 50 years of Stoicism, it's this. True freedom comes not from changing your circumstances, but from changing your mindset. Epictetus, a great Stoic philosopher, said, "Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems." Think about it. How many times has your mind made mountains out of molehills? How often have you held your future self is watching? Whenever you're tempted to give in to the weak version of yourself, pause and ask, what would my future self want me to do right now? Would the future version of yourself, the one living the life you dream of today, be proud of your choices? Every action you take is casting a vote for the person you are becoming. Make sure you're voting wisely. Killing the weak version of yourself isn't a one-time event. It's a daily practice. Some days, you'll feel strong and unstoppable. On other days, the weak version will fight back. When that happens, remember, every moment is an opportunity to choose strength over weakness. And if this message resonates with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What's holding you back? What steps are you taking to unleash your true potential? Share your story in the comments. It could inspire someone else on their journey. Stay strong, my friend. The best version of yourself is waiting. All you need to do is take the first step. Mastering your mind, the key to true freedom. Friend, if there's one lesson I've learned from 50 years of Stoicism, it's this. True freedom comes not from changing your circumstances, but from changing your mindset. Epictetus, a great Stoic philosopher, said, "Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems." Think about it. How many times has your mind made mountains out of molehills? How often have you held yourself back not because of real obstacles, but because of fear, doubt, or overthinking? To kill the weak version of yourself, you must master your mind. You need to learn to observe your thoughts without becoming their prisoner. When a negative thought arises, see it for what it is, just a thought, not a truth. The stories we tell ourselves. We are all storytellers, whether we realize it or not. The weak version of you loves to spin stories, and they're not the good kind. I've always been this way. I'm not talented enough. I don't have the time. These stories are like chains. They bind you to old patterns, keeping you stuck in a narrative that no longer serves you. But here's the beautiful truth. You have the power to rewrite your story. Instead of saying, "I've always been this way," try, "I'm constantly evolving." Instead of, "I'm not talented enough," say about, "I am willing to learn and improve." The stories you tell yourself are like scripts for your life. Change the script, and you change your reality. Visualize the stronger version of yourself, and I want you to take a moment to visualize the stronger version of yourself. How do they walk? How do they speak? What habits do they have? How do they handle challenges? Close your eyes and truly see them. Now, every time you face a choice, ask yourself, what would the stronger version of me do right now? Would they hit snooze, or would they get up and start the day strong? Would they give up, or would they push through the discomfort? This mental exercise is powerful because it gives you a compass, a guiding star that keeps you aligned with your true potential. Break free from the chains of regret. One of the biggest anchors the weak version of you holds on to is regret. It reminds you of past mistakes, missed opportunities, and failures. But let me tell you this, regret is a waste of energy. You cannot change the past, but you can shape your future. When regret knocks, answer with forgiveness. When shame whispers, respond with self-compassion. Every moment spent dwelling on the past is a moment stolen from your future. Don't let the ghosts of yesterday haunt the possibilities of tomorrow. Challenge is your ally. The weak version of you sees challenges as threats, but the strong version sees them as opportunities. When life throws difficulties your way, embrace them. Challenges are like weights in the gym. They might feel heavy, but they make you stronger. Whenever you face hardship, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this situation help me grow? What skill or virtue can I develop through this experience? If you're going through a tough time, I'd love to hear your story. Share it in the comments. Your experience might inspire others who are walking a similar path. Avoiding the trap of comfort is a double-edged sword. It feels good at the moment, but it can trap you in mediocrity. The weak version of you loves comfort. It wants you to stay in your safe zone, to avoid risks, to settle. But the strong version of you understands that growth and discomfort go hand in hand. Make it a habit to seek discomfort. Take cold showers to build resilience. Try new experiences that challenge you mentally and physically. Have difficult conversations instead of avoiding conflict. The more you lean into discomfort, the more comfortable you'll become with growth. The time is now. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. There's no better moment than now to start killing the weak version of yourself. Every second you hesitate, the weak version of you gains strength. But every action you take, no matter how small, weakens it. So start now. Make a move, take a step, and do something that your future self will thank you for. And as always, if this message resonates, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What action are you taking today to step into your true potential? Share your journey. You never know who you might inspire. Stay brave, stay strong, and never stop growing. Embrace the discipline of consistency, friend. The weak version of yourself thrives in inconsistency. It loves when you start strong, only to fizzle out when motivation wanes. But here's the truth. Motivation is fleeting, but discipline is everlasting. When you commit to consistency, you build unshakable strength. Start with small habits. Wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Spend 5 minutes on daily reflection. Dedicate 10 minutes to learning something new. These small actions, when repeated daily, compound into massive results. Success is not built overnight, but brick by brick, with consistent effort. Turn your pain into power. The weak version of you wants to avoid pain, but the strong version understands that pain is a teacher. Whether it's emotional pain, physical discomfort, or mental struggle, embrace it. Lean into it. Ask yourself, what is this pain trying to teach me? How can I use this experience to become stronger? What lesson lies beneath this struggle? When you learn to see pain as fuel, you transform it into power. You realize that the things meant to break you can build you up. The beauty of starting over. One of the most liberating truths in life is that you can start over at any moment. If you've fallen off track, if you've let the weak version win for a day, a week, or even years, it doesn't matter. You can decide right now to begin again. You are not defined by your past mistakes. You are defined by what you choose to do next. Take a deep breath, forgive yourself, and take the next step forward. The strong version of you is always ready to rise. Live with purpose. The weak version of you drifts aimlessly, but the strong version walks with purpose. Every morning, remind yourself of your why. Why do you want to grow? Why do you want to unleash your potential? When your why is strong enough, the how becomes clear. If you're comfortable, I'd love to hear your why. What drives you to become your best self? Share it in the comments. Your purpose might inspire someone else to find theirs. Reframe failure as feedback. The weak version of you fears failure, but the strong version sees it as feedback. When you fail, it's not a setback. It's a signpost. It tells you what didn't work, so you can adjust your approach. The only true failure is quitting. As long as you keep moving forward, you are winning. Master the art of patience. In a world obsessed with quick results, the weak version of you wants instant gratification. But the strong version knows that great things take time. When you plant a seed, you don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it, give it sunlight, and trust the process. Your growth is no different. Be patient with yourself. Honor the small progress. Over time, the small steps add up to big changes. Learn from those who've walked the path. The strong version of you understands the value of wisdom. It seeks out mentors, reads books, and learns from others' experiences. You don't need to make every mistake yourself. You can learn from the stories of others. Whether it's books, podcasts, or even videos like this one, immerse yourself in knowledge. Feed your mind with wisdom, and it will guide you through life's challenges. Practice mindfulness. The weak version of you is either stuck in the past or anxious about the future. The strong version lives fully in the present. When you practice mindfulness, you become an observer of your thoughts and emotions, rather than their victim. Try simple practices like deep breathing exercises, 5 minutes of meditation, mindful walking, where you focus on each step. The more present you become, the easier it is to make choices that align with your strongest self. Give back and serve others. One of the most powerful ways to kill the weak version of yourself is to focus on helping others. When you serve, you shift your perspective from your struggles to making a difference. You realize that your pain and growth can benefit others, turning your struggles into gifts. If you've experienced a breakthrough, share your story. If you've learned a lesson, teach it to someone else. You might never know the full impact of your actions, but trust me, they matter. Remember, my friend, the journey to becoming your strongest self is not a straight line. There will be ups and downs, victories and setbacks. But every moment, every choice, every breath is an opportunity to kill the weak version of yourself and step into your true potential. If this message touched you, if you felt a spark, I'd love to hear from you. What resonated the most? What steps are you taking today? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's build a community of growth and support each other on this incredible journey. Embrace the power of small wins. One of the biggest mistakes the weak version of you makes is waiting for big victories to feel accomplished. But the strong version celebrates small wins, knowing that every step forward counts. When you acknowledge small victories, you build momentum. Each tiny win is like adding a brick to the foundation of your strongest self. Did you wake up early today? Celebrate it. Did you choose water over a sugary drink? That's a win. Did you take a moment to breathe instead of reacting in anger? You're growing. By honoring the small wins, you train your mind to see progress, which fuels your drive to keep going. Audit your influences, friend. The weak version of you is easily swayed by negative influences. It soaks up negativity, whether from toxic relationships, social media, or self-defeating environments. To become your strongest self, you must protect your mind like a precious garden, weed out negativity, and plant seeds of inspiration. Surround yourself with people who lift you. Curate your media intake. Follow accounts that inspire and educate, not those that drain you. Create an environment that encourages growth, whether it's books on your nightstand, motivational quotes on your wall, or peaceful spaces for reflection. The people and content you engage with daily are like nutrients for your soul. Feed yourself well, and you will thrive. Let go of what no longer serves you. The weak version of you clings to old habits, familiar routines, and outdated beliefs. But the strong version knows that growth requires release. What is holding you back? Is it a relationship that drains your energy? A habit that numbs your potential? A belief that tells you you're not enough? Take a moment, identify what needs to go, and then let it go. Sometimes, shedding old layers is the only way to step into your new strength. Set intentions, not just goals. The weak version of you obsesses over goals without understanding the purpose behind them. But the strong version sets clear intentions, giving meaning to every goal. A goal might be to lose 10 pounds, but the intention is to nurture your body and feel more energized. A goal might be to earn more money, but an intention is to create financial freedom to support your loved ones. When your actions are rooted in intention, you move with purpose and every step forward becomes more fulfilling. Take radical responsibility. The weak version of you blames circumstances, other people, or bad luck. But the strong version owns everything, the good, the bad, and the in-between. When you take radical responsibility, you take back your power. You stop waiting for life to change and start changing your life. If you made a mistake, own it. If you're not where you want to be, acknowledge it. And then take action. This is not about self-blame. It's about empowerment. It's about realizing that your choices shape your reality and that you have the strength to choose differently. Align your actions with your values. One of the most powerful ways to kill the weak version of yourself is to live in alignment with your values. What do you truly value? Is it integrity? Then speak the truth, even when it's hard. Is it growth? Then seek discomfort and embrace challenges. Is it love? Then lead with compassion, even when it's not reciprocated. When your actions align with your values, you feel a sense of peace and strength. You move through life with clarity, knowing that every choice is a step toward your true potential. Action over perfection, the weak version of you waits for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect conditions. But the strong version takes action now, embracing imperfection. You don't need to have it all figured out to take the first step. You don't need to be perfect to make progress. The most successful people are not those who never fail, but those who never quit. The gift of gratitude. Finally, my friend, the strongest version of yourself understands the power of gratitude. When you practice gratitude, you shift your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. You nourish your soul with positivity, making it easier to face challenges with strength and grace. Take a moment every day to reflect on what you're grateful for. It could be something big, like your health, or something small, like a warm cup of coffee. Gratitude grounds you, keeping you connected to the present and reminding you of the beauty of life even in hard times. Let's hear your voice. If this message resonates with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What part of this letter hit home for you? What small action are you taking today to step into your strongest self? Share your story in the comments. Your words might be the inspiration someone else needs. Rise above and step into your greatness, dear friend. The strongest version of you is already within you, waiting to break free. Every struggle, every setback, every moment of doubt is not a roadblock but a stepping stone. The weak version of yourself whispers fears, but the strong version shouts possibilities. It urges you forward, reminding you that every choice you make is a vote for the person you wish to become. When you wake up tomorrow, choose strength. When challenges arise, choose resilience. When life feels heavy, choose to rise anyway. You are capable of more than you realize. The only person standing in your way is the version of yourself that you no longer need. It's time to let go, to shed the old skin, and to step boldly into the life you were meant to live.